Hello everyone, welcome to 3ddesignacademy.com. Now you guys might remember I did a portfolio review a couple months ago. Now this portfolio I think was pretty good. It's got good graphic layout, it's got a pretty good design sense. The models are actually really good and it's also accompanied by a very good set of renderings. However, there were a couple of things that could be improved. First of all, I think it does look like a design portfolio. It's got two main projects, and I also think that it doesn't have enough wireframe images. It's got a lot of sketches and renderings and 3D visualization. But of course, if you're looking for a digital sculpting portfolio, you need to include wireframe images like these ones over here. That said, Mr. Augusto decided to make some improvements to his portfolio after the last review and was generous enough to share his updated work. So here's the title page and of course his profile page and list of projects. And we start with the Porsche 911. Of course, a nice set of images, nice surface patches. I really like this model. I think it's really shows his skill set. And of course, diagnostic shading. And of course, some detailed shots of wheels and also the headlamp. Nice renderings over here. I really like this rendering. It shows the car in the environment, which I think is a very nice touch. Again, another project looks like it's a GV60, although I think it's probably modified a little bit. So it's quite interesting. And of course, the shadings over here, detailed shots, and of course the visualization to finish the model. Now again, the Mercedes-Benz, I personally like this the model the best along with the Porsche. I think it's very nicely done. The patches are clean and I really like the hint of detail over here. The diagnostic shading looks pretty good. The nice highlight flow, especially on the body side. Couple of detail shots over here. I really like how the tail lamp is done. Looks like it's probably done in a different software. I'm guessing probably Blender. I'm not sure. But this is a very nice touch, and it also shows that you can combine different softwares in order to achieve the result that you want. And a nice set of renderings as well. I personally like this style of rendering the best. I think it looks very clean. It's almost like Photoshop rendering, but it's a 3D visualization, which I think looks really good. Of course, another project, kind of interesting design for the wheel, but overall, I think the surfacing is nice. Highlights and flowing nicely overall. And of course, a couple of details here and there. Now, it looks like this one is a personal design project, so probably not based on a production car. But of course, I think the model looks pretty good. Nice surface patches, although I don't know why it looks a little bit jittery. Could be the rendering setting. It doesn't detract too much, but of course, things like these could be, if possible, could be improved. So now let's talk about what's been improved. I think one of the biggest improvement is the fact that this actually looks like a modeling portfolio. Instead of sketches and all of these renderings, which could be beneficial if you're looking for a design position. But to be considered for a digital modeler, I think this is a huge improvement from before. So it's now got a lot of wireframe images. We got diagnostic shadings, which are really good for evaluating the model. We got detailed shots like these, and I think it's a huge departure from what we had before. Also, I think the number of projects is really good. So yeah, overall, it's a huge improvement from before. That said, however, I think there are several things that could be done in order to improve the models and the portfolio. One of the things that I did notice are the Bezier surfaces over here. So you'll see that there are several patches. Now, in this case, I would actually rather have a single patch with multiple spans. Because when it comes to multiple patches like this, even though it's a Bezier, it can sometimes it can be a little bit messy, especially if you have to fill it over it. I think this is probably a prime example how it can interfere with modeling. So I know there are patches over here, but in order to cover with the Bezier fillet, you'll see that there are actually many patches being created because of that. In this case, I would actually rather just reduce the number of patches and use a couple of spans in order to improve it, or in order to make it a little bit simple. Now, if you look at areas like these, I would definitely recommend using a couple of more spans instead of making a Bezier. Now, another thing that I did notice was the highlight on this particular project. So if you see this view over here, it's not very apparent in the model. However, if you look at the highlight in the rendering over here, it's very noticeable that there is a little bit of weirdness going on. Now, if the model, the best thing would be to just fix the model, but if that's, if you're on a little bit short time constraint, I would actually try to pick a view where maybe this is not as apparent. Now, the last thing that I wanted to point out is the lack of wheels or tires in this one. So, well, it does have wheels, but as you can see, it doesn't have tires. But in order to make sure that your model is sitting nicely, I would always recommend putting wheels and tires in order to make the entire vehicle very complete and sitting well on the ground. Another thing that could be done in order to improve the model and the portfolio is adding more details. Now, that said, however, I think this model has quite a lot of details in it. So if you look at the headlamp and the tail lamp over here, it's got internals, it's got spoilers, it's got all this division for the parting lines, and lots of other things. But of course, more could be done. If you look at this model over here, this has a lot of details in it. Basically, it's got grille texture, tail lamp, it's got more details here and there. It's got minimum fillets for all these parts. It's even got exhaust, spoilers, things like that. If you look at this over here, you'll see that there are gaps, flanges, and also minimum fillets all added. And that actually improves the appearance of the model quite a bit. Now, these are very small things and they do take a lot of time, but it increases the overall quality of the model by quite a lot. So these are some of the things that could be done in order to make your model a little bit more full and a little bit more realistic. The last thing that I could think of that could be added to improve this portfolio would be an addition of a variety of projects. So if you look at the page summary over here, you'll see that there are 5 projects and they're all exterior nerves models. Now, adding either a sub-D model or an interior would be a great addition. Now, for sub-Ds, a lot of the studios all over the world are embracing more and more of the sub-D work process because they are quick to develop the form itself, and it's also really quick to change it, and make alterations. And also, interior would be a great addition because, well, other half of the car is the interior. So those two would be a great addition and enhance the portfolio even more. In summary, I think this portfolio is a huge improvement from before. I hope you guys enjoyed the before and after, and hopefully it also provides some tips to those trying to develop a portfolio of their own. Thank you guys for watching, and see you next time. Want to learn Autodesk Alias and digital sculpting? Then become a member at 3ddesignacademy.com, where you'll find hundreds of video tutorials ranging from basics, including curve creations, intermediate level tutorials such as this wheel, all the way to Class A modeling of the entire car exterior. Interested? Visit 3ddesignacademy.com.